Welcome to our podcast, Below the Belt, people. Welcome, Who Vex Lose? Who Vex Lose? Good to have each and every one of you with us here today. I have with me Drita Finance, our co host from the morning program, FYI.
I'm here, guys.
She is
I'm
dressed up
here.
like Benazir Bhutto from Pakistan.
It's cold. It's cold
But
in
we are
here.
not going to have the same fate by any means.
For persons that don't know
Yes.
what that dress code would look like, I have my shawl all. I'm wrapped in
Yeah,
my
yeah,
shawl from
yeah,
my head right down like.
yeah. She could easily pass for Muslim today.
I am
All decked
wrapped
out.
up. I am not about this cold. Strange enough,
Yep.
I want the cold, but then I want to wrap
Yeah.
up in the cold. So.
Siobhan McDonald says it's 55 degrees outside. It's
Uh,
cold and windy. Yep, that's what Siobhan is telling us today. She says she's having her menu is chow mein with garden salad. Chow mein.
Proper things,
And,
as we would say.
and Jersey chicken.
Proper.
My lord, is it chicken with a jersey on or Jersey chicken? Jersey chicken she's having there. She says she's watching us from New Jersey. Again, 55 degrees outside where Siobhan is in New Jersey. It's cold and windy, Siobhan tells us. And we're so delighted that Siobhan and all the other folks are here with us today. We have it no other way. They are such good company. They are such good company. Such good company. Beatrice, we see you as well. Good to have you, Beatrice. Always here. Always, always, always. Beatrice is one of our favorite folks. Good to see you, Beatrice. And Randage says it's 50 degrees in Brooklyn. Randage. 50 degrees in Brooklyn. Tessa Isa Scribzani says she's listening to us from Orlando, Florida. Believe it or not. Some of these places I'd love to be right now. Believe it or not.
You want
Yeah.
a little
Yeah, but we gotta be boots on the ground. We
a
gotta be
little
boots on
bit
the
of a escape.
Yes, yes. You. I think you hit the nail on the
We
head
need
there.
to we if only the scientists had advanced the cause of teleportation, we
Oh
would
my.
have
Oh my.
we would have
If
been
we
there
only would have
already.
done that. Yep,
If
yep, yep.
only, if
I see
only.
Alison Dover is here. Colleen Roberts. Colleen Roberts is here as well. I see Selena Fraser. Selena, how are you doing? Good to see you, Selena. Thanks for the check, Selena. Made a difference. Thanks for the check.
I love it when Sherry says that.
It's been a difference maker. Thanks for the check. We like we things here. We're people with we things.
Guys, it's open mic
Yes.
Friday, so you know what that means.
Yeah.
Whatever your concern you have,
Yeah.
you have the opportunity to send in your voice notes
Believe it or not.
to let everyone hear
Believe it or not.
whatever you're thinking. I see Carl Fordyce is here, Trinidad in the
Yeah.
house. Hey, Carl.
Trinidad is here.
Of course, Brent's
My, oh
mentor
my.
here. Brent,
Oh,
how are
nice.
you? Chandel Moses. Hey, Chandel. I see that little
Chandel is here
dancing
too.
emoji that you
I'm
put
gonna do a
up.
dance here.
Oh my goodness.
Siobhan says, "Oh, not Jersey chicken, jerk chicken." Because I was wondering,
Oh my goodness.
what is Jersey chicken?
What is Jersey chicken? But
Right.
I am pretty sure there is something like
Yeah,
that.
we can invent it.
Wow. Yes.
Right? Guyanese inventing Jersey chicken. We both like that.
We see Delaware in the house. We see Maureen
Who's joining
Small.
me from Delaware?
Maureen Small is joining us from Delaware this midday.
Who's joining us from Delaware?
I think you covered Tessa. Did you say Tessa Lane?
Yeah, so Orlando, Florida.
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn?
Actually,
Another
Tessa,
Tessa?
Tessa Lane Eastman is joining us
Oh,
from
yes.
Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we
Anybody
have-
from the Democratic Republic of Linden?
I haven't
No,
seen
Burbank?
it yet. I'm not sure,
Anna
guys.
Gordon, we see you there.
My folks on YouTube don't feel no way,
Mhm.
but I'm
Claudette Bobby
dealing
Lewis.
with some the Facebook
Claudette Bobby
comments
Lewis
right now.
says London is in the house. Please and thank you. Token
Yes.
came.
Yes,
Dot
yes,
your
yes.
eyes, cross your T's. Please and thank you, man.
You may be surprised.
Look who else is
you
here.
roll
Deborah
out.
Clark is here.
Hey Deborah,
Hey,
how
Debs.
are you, Deborah?
Debs.
Sherrod is
Mhm.
still reading through the newspapers. He said thanks for the thing.
Thanks to the techniques, because Deborah said techniques. Plural. Right?
So-
I see Isola Allen from New Jersey as well. We have some Jersey
And I
chicken.
think you have to. I have to remind. I have to say again here on
Talk to us.
below the bell that Deborah was going to send some
Flying
flying
fish.
fish for Sharon,
Damn.
but Doretta didn't
Miss
have any
out.
checked in
One bag. That's how we travel.
travel light, so I could
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
But Deborah Sharon was
Unlike
most
BVI
disappointed.
Premier, we travel
Mhm.
like
Shard was most
Very much
disappointed. He
so.
wanted his flying fish.
Very
Yes.
much so.
Antigua is in the house. I see Godfrey. Godfrey is joining us from Antigua.
Wow, Godfrey's
Hmm.
here. How nice. I'm so happy that Godfrey's here. Right? I'm so happy Godfrey's here. Happy when we are happy when folks stop by like that. Love it when folks stop by. Good to have each and every one.
I see
Guys,
Maureen Small is asking Shard what happened to Farnham Playground in Sobrianville. I'm not sure if you have some information on that. That's
well,
a question
we'll keep you
coming.
guys updated because like these playgrounds very contentious these days.
I'm
Some people
telling
live
you.
too close, they think they own them now. So we gotta keep following up.
If it's like that, I could go putting up some
Put on
personal
your flag.
property on the
Put on your flag.
public in the public space. Joining from Houston, Texas, Brent Mentor. Hey, Brent, I'm glad that you're joining us this midday. Our reach is just getting better. We're so appreciative of the fact that persons come on and they share
Mhm.
to make sure that everyone gets an opportunity to get credible information. Maxine Monroe says, I did it, just the pace and power.
I'm so happy.
Yep. A lot of the Facebook viewers utilize these emojis a whole lot more than I do. I'm thinking that like I'm getting a little too old for my own self. I need to get in the game and start utilizing all of these emojis to tell me more. I see Kurt Paris is here this midday as well. Hey Kurt, how are you? Kurt is saying good afternoon to everyone at home and abroad. Brooklyn in the house. I see but Shandal Moses is saying West Side in the house. Shandal says West Side in the house. Love you guys for the great job you all doing. Thank you so much, Shandal. It's always good to have positive feedback. We appreciate the fact that you join us and you are part of the information gathering and dissemination so that other persons will be able to get credible information. I see Claudette Bauer Lewis is in the house also. um,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
see
yeah,
Claudius is flying a Guyana flag high there in the comment. I
yeah.
see Ricky is also here saying Coven John in the house.
Cover John.
Vicky, sorry, Vicky, calling your name wrong there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Vicky Ramlugan says Coven John
Mm-hmm.
in the house. I see Ann Singh is there. Sherlana is here. I see NA in the house, New
Yeah.
Amsterdam.
Chandler Moses says pace and power. You got my attention
You
now.
see, Shonda has the lovely dancing emoji there in the comments, the little
Maybe your flat screen better than
silhouette.
mine. Let's see.
I don't know.
And,
Yeah, Sharon is not able to
okay, analog here, you
see
digital.
that. Sharon is viewing all the comments compacted from the different channels
Oh,
that we.
you're on
So I'm
Facebook.
checking
Oh,
through
I see.
Facebook right
You
now.
different.
I'm different, yes.
Different.
Wendy Rowland, Roxanne Andrews, Stan Bourne. How are you
Ethelene
guys?
Peters,
Stands as Times Square.
Cherry
We out
Baskin, who
hey.
missed your visit in Barbados.
Yes, I know.
Next time, Cherry.
Next time. Next
Yeah.
time.
Unless you come at yourself next time. Once you another. Too much of fun.
Too much. Too
I
much.
jealous.
Oh my
Jealous.
goodness.
I jealous. Folks, some of the information we're picking up.
Burnta Sheriff song tired TGIF.
Yeah, it's a tired Friday. Teeth retired.
He's
Tired Friday.
retired.
I've been a bit distracted because somebody sent me the document that outlines the charges for the premier in the British Virgin Islands, and what a national embarrassment that is. And
I haven't seen it
it
yet.
confirms that when Big Uncle Sam, when Uncle Sam coming for you,
Mhm.
right? He done the homework already.
I have been
He ain't coming on a hunch.
my friend told me that in the case of it was Brian Benjamin, I believe. My friend was telling me that. She's like, when they make those things public is when the information has been gathered and compiled, and they're saying this is what it is. You don't have a chance to actually dispute the facts that are presented before you.
Yes. And as Judy was engaging you guys, I was just skimming through it quickly, and it seems as though Uncle Sam was listening to a lot of his conversations.
Oh wow!
It would seem so, but to
should I be concerned about my use of the phone?
I think you should. I think you
well,
should.
Uncle Sam would know that I am as innocent could be.
We back to conquer tin.
And tin
It's
is
not tall.
impossible.
It's not tall. bag of coke tin. So here what is here what the charges are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Conspiracy to import 5 kilograms or more of a mixture and substances containing a detectable amount of cocaine.
Oh wow.
5 kg of cocaine. That's a lot of cocaine, isn't it?
I've never,
Yeah.
I've never seen the
5 kg of
substance.
cocaine. Somebody calculate it into pounds for us. How we doing?
5 kg. I don't.
5 kg is not 2 pounds
Listen,
to
I am
right.
saving when it comes to anything
It's not two
on that
kg
matter.
to a pound. I don't know, something of that. Somebody do it for us. Do the math for us. 5 kg or more detectable amounts of cocaine. Right.
Detectable. Okay.
That's the A charge.
So it's 11. It's 11 pounds.
You
Eleven
see that?
point 0231 to be
Yeah.
exact.
It's 2 pounds a kg.
That,
Two something.
yes. Yes.
Conspiracy to
Yes.
launder money. Right? All that's part of the charge.
Mhm.
Right? That's embarrassing for BVI. But I'm just reading, let me read through quick, right? Because they have verbatim, stuff
Mm.
that happened here, right? Watch this. At point 37 in the court document I'm looking at here, for he, I think that's his surname, for he. Let me come back to point 30.
And you
Yeah.
didn't register him
For
as the
he
Saint Diana.
asked, I increase in it. For he asked CS. That's
Mhm.
what the have this name, CS. For he asked CS if he was still selling the kilos for 26,000 a piece, right? Like they had previously discussed. The CS affirmed that he was. The parties then began to discuss the money and its breakdown. The CS stated that the first shipment should arrive on the 7th day of July, and that UC would be on the island as his contact to manage the movement of the money. The CS explained that he should only return if things needed to be fixed. But he then mentioned that he had a friend who managed a lot of things, including moving guns and cocaine. So he said that he, meaning the friend, would handle this for him. And this
Mm.
goes on and on through this lengthy document. This
My goodness.
lots of conversation. This is just one of them, right? This is just one of them, right? For he then brought up Miami the following day and asked how the money, 700,000, would come. The UC, another acronym, abbreviation, stated that New York had paid 1 million from the last shipment of kilos and that it would arrive later that night in Miami. Right? My
Mhm.
Lord.
Michelle is saying that his name is pronounced Foy. Like, yeah,
Fahi.
yeah.
Fahi.
Foy.
Fahi.
Foy.
Fahi.
Yes.
Okay. My God.
Michelle went to the christening.
Michelle, how it was, yo. Send me the document too. Michelle, thanks for
But
that.
quite
Thanks for
interesting
that.
to see the
Yeah,
compilation of
yeah,
that document
yeah,
as you're going through it
yeah. A
there,
lot of
because
information.
it just goes to show that but sometimes as they say, walls got ears.
Yeah,
What is in the dark
yeah.
will come to light. So
Yeah.
you can go down
I want
all of those
Isabella
talk.
Young. Rock and coming now.
Yeah. Well, Isabella
Isabella,
seems to be compiling a different set of
rock and come in.
documentation. I want to read
Folks,
her.
folks, please and thank you.
Mhm.
Please and thank you. Again, for on a morning program, we talked about Amanza's son graduating today. And, again, we want to say congratulations because we know what a real team effort all of this stuff really is to get your child through high school. And all. I know my son is now in, what do you call it? He is in, I think, junior, he's graduating junior high or is, oh my, I try to keep up. It's the system is so funny. I
It's
don't,
no,
I
it's
don't,
different. So you usually
yeah,
you have to switch over to how we report it over here in
yes.
Guyana as compared to how they have the system over
Oh
there.
my, but it's a tall task.
I have now graduated to not saying form one and form two to actually saying grade.
Yes,
Yes,
it's
so
kind of. I'm still trying to wrap my. Remember,
I'm
I'm not
still
as smart
prep
as you
A
are.
and prep B.
You went Queens, Amanza went PC. As the only man out. As the only man. This is how life is. I've just accepted my fate
And
and
thankfully,
try.
apparently, those institutions teach the
Yeah.
persons to be a little too diplomatic
Yes.
in
That's
some
how things
matters.
are.
We need the
Oh,
diversity.
Father.
We
Uh,
need the person to throw the heavy punches.
yes. I
I've
thank
been
God for my
I've
six
been
years in
I've been
Ishmael.
learning. I've been
Yeah.
learning to throw the heavy
Yeah.
punches.
There are
Don't
people,
get me mixed up though. I'm from Barticle Secondary School.
Bartiga, and then
Okay.
Stewardville a little bit too.
Yes.
And then
I've been
Queens
around.
was happy to receive you. Right. I
I've been
spent six
around.
years in Ishmael. We were very close to Queens. Right?
Hmm.
I could see Queens from the backyard. Sarah peeling rock coming. I
Oh
can
my
see Queens
goodness.
from my backyard there.
Sheridan is not
Right?
playing today.
And because of that, how things
No,
are.
but as a mother, I can say when it comes to the accomplishment of your children, I know Amanzu is there, and she must be
Yeah.
extremely proud of her son and the
Yeah.
fact that
Man, this is a big auntie now. But yeah, I don't think she would say
Oh
that.
my gosh,
You got a
Manza,
son
if you hear
graduating
Sharon right now,
from
my goodness.
high school. It's a big auntie.
Hmm.
Amanza don't look it, but she keep going. Man, got a turtle
I
flesh.
met, I met, I'm going to pretend that wasn't said, then I'm going to go ahead
She
and
got good
say
skin. Good
that
skin.
I met a woman over the past couple of days, and she did this lovely presentation, and then she was talking about when she was in this fight over 20 years ago. I'm looking at her and I'm thinking, oh, 20 years ago, like when were you in this fight at 5? And then she said,
That's how we cheer rock in
she's
the
like,
clubhouse.
right now I'm 50 years old, and I didn't hear anything else she said in the presentation, because at that point I'm like, she's what? You're
Some people
what?
keep good, Some
So,
we take a
so
lot of night
like,
show,
you didn't tell us, like, you found this fountain of youth. You need to direct us to this place.
Carl Miller says, not to interrupt you, that you attended the SSS. That's serious.
Yes, the
You attended the
SSS.
SSS.
This is Shortville Secondary School.
You sure, or is it
Yes.
Russia? That's why it's in Russia. like Carl got you fired.
Ah.
Carl, no, you and Papa Jack about when the same place. Yeah?
Shortville Secondary School. That's what it is.
Carl got you fired. The SSS. Carl, thanks. I got to watch
Carl
myself
Miller,
now.
I was there, like, my colleague, like Melissa Peters and Wesco Tia Spencer. Those are my dear friends. My friend Colin, welcome on to this day. Those are my dear friends. It's people that I hold so close. Very, very
My, oh
nice
my.
person. West Coast, I had good experiences over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Happy.
remember it so like it was yesterday.
Different, huh?
I got chicken pox over there too.
Too close. You live too close to iPhone. That's the problem. That's the
Oh my
problem.
goodness, I had chicken
Yeah.
pox when I was there.
You
That's
know
not
anybody
so
from
great.
University of Iceland? I heard our close proximity, Shortville,
Strange enough, I moved through that area too many times, and that never. I don't know if it was teleported there and then removed from there through
Just as
teleportation. I don't know if it was
one student
a act
graduated.
of I don't know if it was some kind of alien, some UFO.
Yeah, yeah.
came
But
and
we've been asking,
abduct the university.
we've been asking if there are folks who went to that university. Let us know. We're happy to interview. A couple of years now we're asking. We haven't, and nobody's there before.
All jokes aside, I believe that is a startling embarrassment rather to our country, and that is even a question out there, and that's something that we have to live with. In no other country that would have been accepted, and persons would have moved on as business as usual. But this again just goes to show how far back we are
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
country, and how far we have to go to get in line with the modern world, and what is acceptable and what should not be. West side is the best side. Okay,
Is it?
Carl Miller said that. Carl, if you said so,
Is it? A lot of things
is
happening
it?
there. Basil, Basil Clark, you're back to the Patricia Kinsoon, Marilyn Thomas, you're back to the
Oh my goodness, I don't know what people listen. This is gonna start a fight in the comment section right now.
Yeah, yeah.
I spent 2 years in the West Coast. And during those 2 years, I'm gonna sell it age a little bit. Anyway, during those 2 years, I went home one day from school, and I met my mother in front of the TV in total astonishment. She's like, "Oh my God, you got to see what's happening." and that is when 9/11 happened.
Hmm.
I remember going home from school, and you literally saw the plane. The videos were being ran there
You were
before
a
the bill.
student then?
I was a student then. Yeah, I was a student in secondary school then.
9/11 happened. I was teaching at Christchurch. Yeah. Oh, wow.
Oh goodness, so Charity was teaching Charity, your old boy.
Oh, wow. We big.
We big,
We big, but we got sense.
we big.
That's a Cherry. Sharbo Curious. Marlon Thomas, we big.
Marlon said
Marlon, I got check your message. Yeah.
she sent you a message.
Yeah.
Don't play with Marlon today.
We
Good.
big, Marlon. We big. We big.
What were you teaching there?
But we got sense. Huh?
What
I
were
was
you?
teaching history and literature.
What?
History, literature, and English language.
Guess who would have never been in your class?
Hmm.
I would have never been in your class. Guys, believe it or not, show me the numbers, give me the graphs, give me the stats.
Oh, those
I
are your
would
things.
dive into that.
Mhm.
But you give me anything else? Nope. I told
History,
persons,
yeah, history.
I'm a bad
Yeah.
example of history when it comes to history and those things. I see is it Shania? Shania is saying the building went in the back street, Joretta. Well, actually I went when I was there, the building was already in the back. I didn't actually go to school when the building was in front next to the church or in that yard. I went to the building when it was in the back street. That's where I got it. So yes.
Where you got one? Sorry.
So I see Jean Williams says Brooklyn in the house. Brooklyn always here. I have to say we appreciate all the folks who join us from Brooklyn every single day, every single program. You guys have been doing a phenomenal job at keeping up to date.
Yep, and we're so happy. We're so happy to folks.
Sure, you owe the folks a visit from Brooklyn. I'm gonna be putting some Marlon Kingston Doretta is a little girl. Marlon can behave. I'm a big woman.
I hope not tadpole little. Right? Hope not tadpole little.
Oh
Right.
goodness, Marlon says I'm a little girl.
We come around, we funny like that.
I got enough time left in the game. That's what I can say, right?
Mm.
I got enough time left in the game. I can take it slow. I don't have to fight anything too aggressively. I got some time, but it's a learning experience. I am not too experienced in age, but I must say that my experiences has been tremendous thus far, and I continue the learning process.
Mhm.
Every day you come out, you interact, you listen to folks on the ground, and you learn how to deal with matters in different ways, so as to better advocate on their behalf. Mahaikoni in the house right now. Suzanne is here from Mahaikoni. Sharon Maryland in the house is Annette Gordon joining us from Maryland. Marla Alicop is here. Also,
Oh wow, nice. So nice.
all the folks are
Yeah,
here.
yeah. So all the folks are here. And you know who we have joining us?
So, so Orwell Don Cook says Dread shared y'all is see me.
You know who we have joining us?
Tell
Or when
me.
we can see you, you try to we take you as you are. We have Amanda Walton is here.
Amanda, you're live.
You live, just to let you know.
Oh, hey guys, what's up?
We just wanted to say congratulations to your son having graduated and so on, and wanted to know how that was going, and just to say publicly to you, congratulations, being such an exceptional mom.
Yes.
You're such an example, such a great example.
Well, thank you. It's going pretty well. They're doing photographs at the moment.
Oh,
Yeah.
lovely.
Actual ceremony will start shortly.
Awesome. Awesome.
Excited. The boy did well, so
Yes, we were telling folks that he's getting five prizes, right?
yes, this is what I hear. So
Yeah.
proud mama.
And
This is what we live for, to ensure that
Mhm.
yes.
we improve the species and our children are able to do better than we did.
Yes.
So yes, I'm very proud today.
And we know that this is no small feat, and a lot of effort goes into getting children to this level, to this standard out of high school and onto higher education. We just wanted to say, how proud we are of you and of your son.
Thanks, guys. I'll certainly pass on your regards to him. It'll mean a lot. and I'll let him know that you're rooting for him.
We are. We are.
Most definitely, Manza, I messaged you this morning and I said, pass on the congratulations from me this morning. We
I
did it,
did, I
and we are
did,
going
I
to be doing
did.
it, I guess, throughout the day because I know that as a mother like myself, I can just imagine how proud you are of this moment. It's something that doesn't happen overnight. A lot of work put into
Mhm.
it, a lot of
Yeah.
sleepless nights of
Yeah.
encouraging your children, sitting with them, making sure that they get the work in. And as a mother, I want to say to you that I'm extremely proud of all the work that you've done. And I know that your son is going to be so grateful for the
Yeah.
way in
When you
which you
look
push and
back, when you look
encourage
back,
him.
you're always thankful for the
Yes,
way you did.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. And it really does it takes a village,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
yes.
So we were proud of him as parents, we're very, very proud of how far he has come, and he's turning out to be a decent young man. So
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't ask for more.
In spite of his mother.
His mother could be a handful,
Yes.
but
Two handfuls, if you ask me.
um, um, but he has done well, and we thank God. And
Yes, we
we
do.
just, encourage him. One of the things that I did very early is that I said to him, "Listen, decide what you want to do." So he has decided on his career path. I said,
Mm-hmm.
choose the subjects that are germane to what you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So I only had him do 10 subjects at CXC.
You
Mm-hmm.
said only 10 like that. I
Nothing
have my
wrong.
daughter doing 9. I'm like, that's great. That's
Yes,
excellent.
that I said choose what you want to do. No, look, there's nothing wrong with 23, 24, 25 if that is what you want to do.
Correct,
But
correct.
my own view is that, I wanted him to be a bit more rounded.
Yeah.
And so I wanted him to concentrate on some sports, understand business, and so on and so forth. So he
Mm-hmm.
didn't write 20 something subjects. I said, you have to have a balanced life. The key to life is balance.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And so, he did 10 subjects, he top five. So I'm happy, man. God is faithful.
Yes, he
Well, the
is.
In the midst of all of
congratulations
it,
are
he remains
pouring in.
faithful.
I can tell you the congratulations here are pouring in. I see Don Cook is saying congratulations. I see Margaret Nelson, congratulations to your son. Marlon King, Amanda, congrats to your
Mm-hmm.
son's success. I see Marlon Thomas is saying their congratulations, Amanda, on the success of your son. Marla Alicock, congrats. Amanda, you can go through these things on your own
Well,
time.
I
Deborah
have to do
Clark.
that. I have to do that later when I look at the rebroadcast. But guys, thanks so much. I see him signaling to me, so
Yes.
Yes.
I need to
Do
get
your
back
thing. Do
in.
your thing.
But
Do your
but
thing.
thanks, guys. Thanks
Great
a lot.
Congrats.
Manza.
Blessings.
Bye.
Awesome.
Bye
Bye
bye,
bye.
guys.
Great. Folks, that's Amanda Walton this year, co host for
Yeah.
FYI.
So proud of her
Yes, we
son.
are.
We celebrate. It feels so good to be able to celebrate with your colleagues on their
Yeah.
achievements and the
Yeah.
achievements of their families all
Yeah.
together. That's what we're here for. We have to create
Yeah.
this system of support. We build each other up so that we can all do good, do
Yep.
great
Yep.
things together.
Yep. That's what we're there. That's what we're there for
I see.
because
I see. Shalana is saying, "Joretta, me and you moment coming after CXC this year." Well, trust me, my
Mhm.
moment is gonna be the moment my daughter comes home from the last exam. I'm gonna be like, "Thank you, God, we got through this."
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. And
I'm
I think
gonna be
Trinidad has a
so
daughter who's going to be going off to university.
wow. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Imagine
It's
that.
quite something. It's quite something when
Hmm.
you think about it. The years you put in,
Hmm.
protecting and grooming and schooling and raising kids. It's really something when you think about it, honestly. It's really something. Really something.
We all have our moments as parents that we're extremely proud of the stuff our children does.
But for the grace of God.
Yes.
But for the grace of God. Folks, we want to hear from you today. We want to hear from you. It's open mic. We want to hear from you. Anything that's concerning you. Anything that's
We're not
concerning you.
going to dictate
Yeah,
the
we've given you
topic.
guys so much content already for the week.
We're not going to dictate the topic. Let us know what is going on at your end. Let us know the things that concerns you, whatever it is that you think you need to. This is your opportunity to share your view on any matter, actually. So make sure to utilize the opportunity so
Yeah.
that persons could hear your train of thought and how
Send
you're
us those
thinking.
voice notes. Send us those voice notes.
Give your advice, give your perspective. However, is it that you put it
Right.
over? That is the acceptable way that we're gonna have it.
Yeah, somebody's telling us here that quarantine has blackout 4 times already for the day.
Wow, that's not that's enough to
4 times, and they were
spoil
hoping to get to
your
listen to the podcast uninterrupted.
equipment. Wow.
Yeah, 4 times for the day already. Wow,
Hmm.
wow, that's very light. That's not blackout.
That's ridiculous. It cannot be the new norm. Somebody needs to get a placard and go and stand up in front of the in front of GPL up there.
It's very light.
They only understand when you speak out, you know.
Yes, yeah, that's what happens sometimes. You are live. You want to be live?
Yes, Sherrod, I'm calling from the quarantine.
Great. You
We
are
have
live on
blocked
it, right? Uh-huh.
4 times already for the day.
Wow. Wow.
4 times. The last one was between was while FYI was being broadcast.
Wow.
So we lost a part of that.
Yes. But
This is what
you
we're
know,
going
so
through.
Skeldon didn't work out after all, because we're supposed to be getting power from
I,
Skeldon. You
I
know.
don't know, but I'm at 35 here.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
but the whole of 35, the whole of Alveston, Alnis,
Uh huh.
um, and going up a little further,
Mm-hmm.
all those streets, you know.
That's
So
sad, my brother.
it's
That's
sickening,
sad.
man. It's sickening.
I thought
It's
we
sickening.
turn this corner.
These these jagabats are,
Watch out for them, yeah.
and and the other one, Papa Jap, Papa,
Papa
Papa
Jagabas,
Loving,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. He's going telling people, Baba, you get rid of man who bring the system to up to standard, and you bring back. I, look, I can't say what I want to say
Yeah.
on
They're
the
selling dreams out here. Selling dreams out here, my brother. Selling dreams.
anyhow. Congrats to Manzo for her son's success, man. I
Yes.
put it
Will
in the
do.
comment section,
Yes. Thank you so much. Will
and
do.
because I know her, some of her relatives, her
Mm-hmm.
aunt, and
Is
I'm
is
friends with her aunt and
is
her husband.
is it good
But
people?
and I
It's
know
good
her
people?
aunt since so good, man. Very good. She come from good stock.
Good.
Come on,
Mm-hmm.
she come
the
from
the
good stock.
Walton
You
dessert,
know,
you know. Man's got
I
some
hear
good,
you. I hear you. I hear
strong
you.
blood running through her veins. There, the young
Awesome.
man comes with a very
Awesome.
strong heritage.
Mhm.
yep. Her mother was very active in the PMC. She died
That's
a couple of
correct.
years ago, not too
Mhm.
long
Mhm.
ago.
I think in the
I
women
was
arm.
Mhm.
I was at her funeral. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
so I know the family. She's good. She's good stuff. She's good stuff, and I trust that you're good stuff also.
I trust him myself. I
But when it
still.
comes to politics, I am the start of it. There is no I
Yeah.
had no legacy before
But
me
it
when
has
it
to
comes to
start
people
somewhere in the family, so
in politics in my
yeah.
family.
Yeah. God is still good. Thank you very much, my
Anyhow,
brother. Thanks,
all the
thanks for coming
best to
through.
you folks, and have a blessed day.
Yeah, and have a good weekend too.
You too.
You too. Bye.
Bye bye. Yep. That's how it's going down, folks. We'd love to hear from you. Send us a voice note if you can. I think we have one. Let's take a listen. And the mic is yellow. Talky things. Talk the things, folks. You're listening to Below the Belt, our podcast, and we are live. Who Vex Loose?
Good afternoon, Sherrod and Jurita.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know what is sad? Is that this administration is hell bent on taking us back down the road pre 2015,
Yeah.
where Guyanese actually was living in poverty. If you take a walk in certain quarters of this country, you would see the youths primarily who grew up under their tenure, a whole generation. They always talking about we gotta get a fine money, a fine bread,
Mm-hmm.
got to get a bread, got to get a food.
They gotta make a bread. I know that all too well.
left something, nothing of substance. There's the kind of mentality that they raise in this country. You understand? It's always, in this kind of nothing of substance. They always seems to, in this poverty mode, with, a fine bread, a fine thing, and all this kind of stuff. Nothing of substance. And they are hell bent on taking us back down there. Because if you, if in 23 years you then manage the resources to make a better life for the people, and now you have oil, and you still want to, you don't want to give public servants anything, the nurses no money, and you want to take us back down this road, just build infrastructure where people can get drawback and people can, and the contractors benefit, and this trickle down in economics, and you're not learning from the past in order to make our lives better. Another thing that I want to draw your attention, you see this incident that happened with Ejil when he told him to not now have a seat. I remember this guy, Ram, the auditor. They had a meeting at the National Culture Center, and he was actually telling the guy when the guy got to raise a point, because at that time Mr. Ram was a critic of him, and he told the guy to sit down, not at my meeting. There's always this behavior. And when you looked at it in a wider scope, that is what he's been telling the Guyanese people.
Yeah.
Sit down,
Yeah.
not now, and not now. Because if you look at what he said with this oil, when he said that, oh, we won't benefit from anything until maybe 2024, 2025. In the meantime, his friends and cronies benefiting from the resources of this country, while he telling us to sit down and not now. And there's my contribution for now.
Profound. Thank you, sir. Profound.
He's on point.
Profound contribution.
He's on
Profound.
point,
Thank you so much
you
for that.
know, I actually want to go back to something that he just said when it comes to the culture that persons have, and this is something that I spoke about quite often, and I said that they are persons that have been born and raised into a system in this country that they think the whole system of bribery
Mm-hmm.
is the acceptable norm. We need to remember we had the PPP in office for 23 years prior to 2015. So someone that was 23 years old knew that as the acceptable system because they were born and raised into a system that is okay for someone to pass a raise and a little fine thing here but Sharon, as you say, and I'm going to keep repeating this thing. I think I'm going to have it, just carved out into some piece of material and placed on the wall somewhere in my home because, as you keep saying, when you allow
When you settle for
temporary, when you
less.
settle for
Yeah.
less, you
Yeah. Temporary
temporary
becomes permanent.
becomes
Believe it
permanent,
or
and
not.
this is what we are experiencing
Believe it or
right
not.
now. Persons continue to see the temporary become permanent because persons have been settling for less, and we're saying that unless you raise your voice and make sure that whatever the situation is, never think of it that, oh well, this is just now when it's going to change. Once you accept it, the temporary will become permanent. So we're saying as soon as it happens, you nip it in the bud. You make sure that that is not the reality that you are left to live with. And we see a lot of those situations that perpetuated under the 23 years being things that we have to deal with as though it is a permanent phenomena. But again, we are saying that raise your voice, make sure that active citizenship is something that is displayed on a daily basis, and change will come.
Yeah. Part of the struggle is that we've lost some good people, um, people who had real moral fiber
Yeah.
in this country, and I dare say in the region, because I've said it before. What we have is a lot of cliques and gangs and schism and so on, and the premier now of BVI has made it all too clear. You got heads of states who are in a lot of shady dealings. What y'all gonna tell me now?
It's embarrassing. It's a total
Huh? How
embarrassment.
y'all gonna come around me funny? A lot of them in shady dealings. Give us a break. You used to have Caribbean leaders of moral standing and fiber. It's absent locally as well. There's such a deficit of it now. That's part of the challenge we have. I remember when I just left high school, and George, you were probably in nursery around then. Um, one of my first work experience as a young man was at the Civil Defense Commission, and I think I was privileged to have to work under I think it was Harry Basil Hines, Colonel Hines. And I remember how the little things matter to Colonel Hines. And as a younger person, these people, they kind of finicky and you know. But looking back, I remember one time stapling a document and took it to Colonel Hines. And Colonel Hines says, "Young man, let me show you another way you can staple it, right?" And when he explained why you should staple it that way, he said, if you staple it horizontally, if I open this document a couple times, right, the staple is going to rip through the paper and you have to do it again and so on. But if you staple it vertically, it's going to hold much better. And I was thinking, it's just a staple. You understand me? But looking back, it made a lot of sense. It made a lot of sense because that little exercise there talks about saving. If you're wasting staples, if you're wasting paper, right, and all of that. I mean, it might seem small and
It's
insignificant,
efficiency.
but it says something,
It's efficiency
right?
altogether.
There's a way in which you do things, right?
We have to cultivate a culture for ourselves and our children and
A
for
better one than we have.
society altogether, that they know that they deserve a better life
Yeah.
and they deserve to live at a particular standard of life. No one, and I love to use myself as the example because of the reality of my past. And I learned from very early, not because you were born into a situation of poverty. That does not define the way in which you conduct
Yeah.
yourself in society. And I made very well sure that I conducted myself, that my economic situation did not define who I was. And I always encourage young people, and I tell them, not because you were born into something, yes, you have this, yes, this is a difficulty, but you must press on. You must have the perseverance and you must have the belief that I deserve better and I deserve the same good life as someone else that was born in a higher, with a more comfortable economic situation at home. So, a lot of, I am cognizant of the fact that when I have these conversations, that the persons that are listening to me, Guyana is not a country in which we have any balance. The gap between the rich and the poor is so significant in our country, and I can further say the majority of the people that live in Guyana that are living here right now, they're in a situation of economic hardship.
Yeah.
And because of that, I know when I speak on these things, those persons can understand and relate to what I'm saying. And I always go back to the fact that when I was in high school, I remember Dr. Alan Wood of VSO that was in the country teaching IT. And he said to us when we were being disruptive in his class, he said, when you go home, take a look around. And if you like and if you're comfortable with what you see, continue doing what you're doing. He said, but if you want a better life for yourself, then you must change what you're doing to reflect that better life that you want. And it stuck with me. And I brought it along in my entire life because I wanted a better life.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
wanted to do
Yeah.
better. And it didn't matter. The thing is, when it comes to class and the whole aspect of different social class in society, not because someone is at a social class that is higher than you are in, that doesn't mean that their character could outshine you. That is not the case. A lot of persons in high social classes, they don't have the characteristics, to
Yeah.
actually match the tier
Yeah.
at the very top of there. So they're stuck at
Yeah.
the level because they don't have that
Teresa, it has occurred to me, as a man would say, as a man's own phrase,
terminology.
her signature. It has occurred to me that there have been people in our lives at various points
Mhm.
who have said things to us that perhaps set our lives on a different
Yes,
trajectory.
correct.
And how it is important to speak positively, because just like how it has affected us positively, it could have negative consequences too. If people are negative, you can't do this, you can't do that, you could never become this, you could never, don't swing and miss swing, or don't sit and miss, those things will have all kinds of impacts on you. This is Karen swing, don't swing and don't come and we park. Right? Those things could have some effects on you. And I'd love to hear from folks about things people have said to you that have impacted your life in positive ways. Right? I had a lecturer who said to our class, you know, if you settle for less, temporary becomes permanent. If you settle for less, temporary becomes permanent. When we first joined our criminal law class, lecturer asked us what we wanted to become and all that. And you always had a lot of folks with high ideals. Oh, I want to be an international lawyer. I want to be a human rights lawyer. We had lots of that. Human rights lawyer. I want to advocate on behalf of people who are disadvantaged and all of that. And during the course of reading law at the University of Guyana, we had lots of protests. And she would often say, they got people having their rights trampled on this campus. But I noticed the people who talk about they want to represent people and so on. And yeah, I don't see you out there, fighting for their causes. And I always had lecturers who used to say, so much happening in the country. I don't see you writing letters and that kind of stuff to the papers, advancing and saying, this is wrong or so on. And that's the challenge. You got lots of talkers. Lots of talk. So I'd love to hear some of what may have changed. Somebody said something to you positively. What was that thing, and how it has impacted your life positively? I think we have Marilyn. But let's take a listen to what Marilyn wants to tell us.
Sherrod, morning. I've been trying to call you, but here with it. I was contacted last night from some people up here in the diaspora, and they are mostly males. I don't know who more, but what was said to me is that I must put over to you that with all the ignorance that going on in Guyana, people in the diaspora is willing to come down there to support you all in a protest. So they said, the man said to me, like, yeah, calling the
I'm actually I'm listening to it, and I am listening. I wanted Marlon to send that to you directly,
Yeah.
or to the podcast.
Let's.
Sherrod, good afternoon to you and Jurito.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Hey,
Good. Let me see. Where do I start?
from
First
the
things
beginning.
first. It is time that pathological bald head liar stop lying to the Guyanese people. I mean, I understand the bright, wise, intelligent ones know that he's lying with whatever he's talking about NIS bankrupt. Papa Jagabat need to let the people know that he take we money and give Clico and build the Borby's bridge. It's time he stop this foolishness we going on with. And I hope that his supporters realize that he's a liar. He's lying to them all the while. And in all is it is his essence to garner votes. I don't know what he's still trying to do, if he's still trying to convince them. At least he's getting through to some anyhow. But he need to stop it. This blackout now. This blackout is so sickening. It's annoying. I am over here and I'm so pissed off. I don't understand. And what is our people doing? What are we doing? We need to get up. It's not talking boots on the ground on Facebook. You got boots on the ground in person on the streets. We need to get rid of the PPP. Anyways, I was being asked for by some people up here to say to you, if you can just, yeah, can make contact with the people in the diaspora and ask for some help. I sent a message to you, but I'm not going to say what the help is about. But you listen to that message that I sent to you, and you will know what the message, because I don't want to put it in the public to put a PPP on no lookout for people coming down from the diaspora. You just listen to my voice note that I sent to you before. Anyways, I am scared for Guyana with COVID,
Mm-hmm.
because I know when the Clong week finish, COVID got rampant again, because there's people from all over Guyana going to flick themselves into Linden for Clong week. Yeah. I'm scared for them. But Guyanese people like they are not getting wise because I am seeing some crowds and people not even wearing masks. I just don't understand it. They're not getting it. Anyways, later, Baba, I on my way to work again. We just gotta do it out here. And I'm gonna talk to you later because there is so much I want to say that sometimes when I start talking, like everything, some of these things just go away from me because I was being in so much of a damn rage. I want to cuss up so much. Eh? If an alley gone to the UK for Spenny Bordy and area with tea and they're having a grand flipping time with taxpayers' money, nobody know business if they want to go and enjoy themselves. But don't do it on the here's the taxpayers' money. And you don't want to give public servants no increase. And secondly, I am not excited about no more oil well what I find. Because the 85% of the Guyanese people not enjoying this oil. You ain't doing nothing for health. You ain't doing nothing in education. You ain't doing nothing proper for water. You ain't doing nothing for electricity. So they need to stop talking about how much wells they find. Because all these people doing is thief the money out. Anyway, later I don't talk, man. Because I just get them fixed. Later, man, later. I can tune in back and listen to you.
The whole well.
You, you want you to have a blessed day. And Amanza, her son got to wake up because
He's been doing
a
it.
man just stuck. Daddy and mommy that come from good stocks, well-educated people. So I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Bye bye. Yep. That's it there, folks. I think we have some other guys I want to get to as well. But thanks coming through there, Marlon. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Guys, you're rock and come in. Rock and come in. Don't waste
Vanessa
time.
De Silva says, my mother is always in a rage every time she reads the news, you know, and I understand
Yeah.
because we say it all the time here that we don't have to go out, as crazy as it is, we don't have to go out and look for news every day. It's a new set of
It comes
nonsense
to you.
every single day.
It comes to you.
Most ridiculous.
Good afternoon, Sherrod. A lot of people don't
Good afternoon,
understand
sir.
the seriousness and the damage that was done under the 23 years.
Yes.
I understand. The culture that was created under the 23 years. You understand? Corruption. I ask people, I say, how much of y'all want a change? Some people say, yeah, they want to change. When I ask how much of y'all want to change? There comes the problem. People want change, but people don't want to change. People want change, but have the same old attitude.
Yeah.
They tell you, oh, Jack, you're doing this and that, giving out money to people. When Granger coming and Granger, and the Apnu was in there, and they said, look, this thing going by a structure,
Then they want to let them circulate.
this way you gotta do. You're complaining. You see them thing? Jack, you're in giving out to people, why Granger don't do the same thing? Now, you want things to change, but you want Granger to adapt the same attitude. But everybody they're crying out about. You understand? Willy nilly, just giving out things and ain't kill, ain't going by the rules, the laws, and them things. Come on, we can't prosper as a people and do these things. And secondly, it's just a thought. Any country that have coins, right? Coins will have problem with the economy. Coins are always falling, lasting, and trust me, at the end of the day, those things add up. You understand? When you got $50 coin and all these things, people lost coins.
Yep.
People give away kind support, you know what I mean? Beggars on the street, them things in turning back. So when you got kind the economy can always got a little loss.
Thanks for your contribution, sir. Thank you for your contribution. I think we have another contribution here.
Good afternoon, sure.
Sorry. Um, we have another contribution. Let's hear whatever contributor has to say. I want to get to them before the end of the program. It means so much to us that you guys send us your contributions.
Sheridan Director, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, good day.
I want to touch on the mental evaluation that the magistrate ordered for the young lady that was caught. I think it was at Tamari Airport with the
Yes,
cocaine.
yes, Miss Williams.
This is totally unacceptable, and we cannot always just say, "Well, oh, this is the system in Guyana." People have to stand up against them, and if we have to take them to the international courts or something, somebody has to step up because you cannot keep singling out people because they're affiliated with the government or because somebody knows somebody or you got some kind of money or something. It is not fair to other people. This young lady went into court and she pled guilty.
Yeah,
That means that you accept
yeah.
responsibility for your actions. How could you now in turn say, okay, we need a mental evaluation? No, this is not how it works. This is not how it works. One person that I know from my village, he was found with a little, what do you call it, a split or a joint or whatever, like a little thing with a smoke.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm.
they sentenced him to 3 years. They sentenced him to 3 years. And she was found with
No
hundreds,
medical
hundreds of
evaluation.
thousands of dollars, which in the
No psych
money
evaluation.
don't even match up when you check how much they got in the newspaper. This US to this Guyana dollars. There's another story. And then the other part, when I read it, it said about the masterminders behind this thing. So you already giving this girl the verdict that she's guilty and somebody masterminded. If she know that somebody masterminded, you should go to your family and tell your family. Or when you're there at the airport, you should start screaming out more, they got things on my body that should not be there. This is the first thing. The second thing now is the killing of females in Guyana. In the US, if you commit a felony, it's penalized for life. You commit a misdemeanor, you could either be slapped with a probation or 2 years or something. We need to have these kind of penalties. If you kill somebody and you're found guilty, you should serve 25 to life. You should. You can't go to jail and say, oh, I served 3 years with time being served. No, we're not playing that. You are killing females. We are the mother of the land, well, actually of the world, because without a female, how are you going to come? You have to have respect for females. And the other thing about it is that the females that is in power, they are not promoting respect for females. All they're doing is running around, giving out their pamper here, giving out cards here, giving out talk of, because it's I really don't want to say it because they talk about DNA. What is in this person's DNA and this person's DNA and the whole set of crap. But we know where the killing and the shallow grave murder or whatever is in who DNA. Yes, let's be frank. Let's be frank. It is like overbearing. They just keep killing females. You cannot do this. You cannot keep killing females. If you don't agree with me or you don't agree with her, leave. Leave her. You can't keep doing this. One more thing before I go. The traffic signs in Guyana. You are building all these roads. You're building all these hotels. If you go down Lamaha Street from the St. John Road to Milton Street, just drive down there, Sheriff. I know you got a nice car and it could bump in the whole thing. Just drive down there and see there. That road is horrible.
Mm-hmm,
I
mm-hmm.
was in between there. I'm driving down the street and I'm asking the guy, I was like, do you know, let's say Mary? She used to live here. He said, Mary, all I know you're driving down a one way. I said, wait a minute, you're driving down a one way. There is no sign in between there, in between Newtown City there. There is no sign showing you where this is a one way, this is a two way, this is whatever. Now this other guy is telling me, we know that it's a one way. You know it's a one way because you live in there. What about us that was born there going back home and don't know that this is a one way,
Yeah,
this is a two way?
yeah,
You're setting people up now for
yeah.
accidents. And the other thing, everything the police them do, them are giving you no ticket. All the guys that I was driving with keep saying, they're gonna lock you up, they're gonna lock you up. I can lock you up for what?
Because they want you
Eh?
to pass up
Do
something.
all this, do this, say, proceed to break down.
They want you to pass up something.
Nonsense.
That's why they're gonna lock you up.
Nonsense. All
Yeah,
right, that was
yeah.
enough.
And instead of placing a street sign, it serves the purpose to be wrong the car now. Because you're driving only one way. Right? Thanks very much for that contribution. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that contribution. Thank you so much for that. I think we have a couple more we want to work through. But thanks for that. William, rock and come in.
Good afternoon,
Good
Sherrod.
afternoon, sir.
You know what is surprising to me? That our president is in London and he isn't able to get an audience with the Queen.
Yeah,
Imagine that.
yeah,
The next thing is that about the accidents on the road in Guyana. I recall when the Suez Lake Linden Highway was first opened, you had three toll stations on the highway. And each one, when you get to the first toll station at Yarracabra, you're given a ticket. And you had a certain time that you will have to reach the next toll station. So from time to time, you find drivers will stop in between toll stations, wait until they reach a certain time before they can proceed. Because if they reach the second toll station before the time of the ticket, they will be fined. You never had these kinds of accidents on the highway back in those days, and it was good then.
yeah. And I know what my brother's talking about because there was an accident in the highway recently. And from where the accident happened to where the car was, my lord, like it's 3 miles. It's down an incline. And it was so far off the main road. The car went. The guy said the guy was doing 120 or 140 miles an hour. You know, and I'm doing some work to highlight that. Over the weekend, I could put out something on that. You know, it's horrific when you look at in April alone, I'll just be talking about April alone, the amount of accidents you've had. It says that we're using the roads with wanton disregard. Wanton disregard. Thank you so much for that, my brother. Thank you so much for that. This is a fellow who has always got some words of wisdom whenever he talks to me. Some words of wisdom. Thank you so much, William. So much for that. I think we have another contributor. I really want to get through all of them because I know how much time people spend to put into them and gathering your thoughts and so on. And it means a lot to us here too. To hear from you, the people, what's happening at your end. It's meaningful to us. Sometimes it takes a little time to load, and we tend to grab a bite in between, waiting for one such to load. And then we're going to have it. All right, we're going to circle back to that one. I don't know why some takes longer to load than others.
Good afternoon, Mr.
Good
Duncan.
afternoon, sir.
I've been sitting and I've been observing.
Hmm.
The PPP party don't have no vision. And because of lack of vision, the people perish. When a government gonna spend 23 years in office, and the next government gonna spend approximately 3 years in office, and they get back there after the 23 years, all they could talk about is this 3 years gap. They don't have no vision. You listen to the House of Assembly, everybody on the government side, they don't have nothing of substance to offer. All they do cussing out and these things. They're not telling us no positive thing. When they do tell you a positive thing, it's something like, for example, as she's saying, he was talking about the budget, how the pensioners gonna get an increase. So wait, Jack Dio come out the other day and telling us that pensioners gonna get the increase because NIS bankrupt. So Ashley Singh didn't know that when he was shouting down to the top of his voice how pensioners gonna get increase. They didn't know that. This government don't have no vision. This government don't have no foresight of. I don't understand how these people run the country. Man, I could run my pig pen better than that, man.
Couldn't have put it any better. Could not have put that any better. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that clarity, that nugget of wisdom. Thank you so much. Thank you so
Well,
much for
there's
that.
so much, Shed. I actually want to just go back to something that the person said before the last one. They were speaking about the fact that the young woman was ordered to get a mental health evaluation. And I want to say that there is more to that, and I believe
More in the
that
matter.
there's more to that, and I just want persons to know at this point in time that the last sitting of the National Assembly, a bill was tabled, and that bill number 7 of 2022, and that is the Mental Health Protection and Promotion Bill of 2022. And surprising enough, if you were to go through the content of the bill, I think it's part 3, section 12, actually looks at adjudication by court on mental capacity. And it actually reads that upon the application of any person to the court challenging the mental capacity of a person, the court shall, when making a decision, consider the provisions of section 10, which relates to mental capacity. And I want to say that it's by no accident that you saw that particular matter being sent for mental evaluation when this bill was just tabled in the National Assembly and will be debated at the next reading. So persons need to be very familiar, and I keep telling people we need to follow. Guys, you do an awesome job in following what we bring to you, but when it comes to what goes on in the National Assembly, you need to follow very keenly to see what is being brought there. We're going to be telling you, of course, but it would be most interesting to hear the debate on this particular bill as it will affect the system in the court.
In that manner.
Yep.
In that manner. Well said, Rich. Thank you.
Good afternoon,
Any day,
Sharon.
good afternoon, sir.
I think, and what is going on in Guyana is total disrespect to the people of Guyana. Because this government is telling you right in front of you, we don't have no time with you. No time with you. Now with the case of cocaine, look how many cocaine cases we get trapped, who get locked up, who get this. Why this is a special case now that the magistrate now will pass, and before passing sentence, will say the person have to go to psychiatric evaluation. Is it that somebody beat her or force her to carry it or strap it to her? Look, this is a real joke. That is total nonsense. That is one too. So want to all the rest of people them in jail who get caught with the same and serving sentence. Is there, it means that you got to go and take all them out and send them for evaluation. That's one and two. Good morning, Sharon and Dorito. I am saying that Jack Joe should have been stopped since the last time APNU AFC was in power. But they sat down and relax, and Jack Joe realized that look, he can carry on and rant and tape. I hope when there's a change in come, Jack Joe will need to pay back all these money, and those ministers need to pay back those money by the hook or the crook. They must give back the guys with those money because it's billions of dollars they're siphoning up, billions of dollars that our grandchildren or great grandchildren, and everybody would be in debt. Up to last night, I was having a conversation with one of his own, and I was explaining to him. I said the only way Guyanese would get out of what will be hit, what our grandchildren, great grandchildren will have to suffer in years to pass, is that if we don't come together and tell ourselves that we are Guyanese. And up to now, after then I was telling him, he didn't understand what I'm telling him. So I broke it down in his language. I said, let me tell you something. I said, we got to stop that. We are Coolie, and who's black, and who's Amerindian, who's Portuguese, who's Chinese. I said, we got to think as Guyanese once we born here. I said, only then we will think further with one natural cause and think about issues in the way we should think. And up to then, we didn't understand it. He still keeps saying, oh, we'll buy this. And I said, okay. I said, you need to get all reconstruct your brains. And that was it. And let me tell you something. People must understand that Jagdo took that NIS money and he did all sort of nonsense with it. And he's trying to blame people. Guyanese got to wake up and get a sense of himself and get an education and think and move together as Guyanese and get rid of Jagdo and all of them. And we must make certain that they must pay for what they did to Guyana. And two, I remember saying to a man that made a great impact in my life is a man they call K.W.E. Denny. I remember working with Denny. He used to always tell the staff, you don't come in as an office assistant and leave my workplace as an office assistant. Then he was the man that make sure that he becomes an office assistant. He send you to Critchlow. He would give you books to read that you could even turn and lecture to people. And Jack and KWE Denny did a lot for young people. And that's why I'm saying when you hear Mr. Norton speaks, it's a man with eloquence and his languages is straightforward. And I like the term that he used. I wouldn't be nobody's scapegoat. And those are things that Kenneth Denny impacted in a lot of young people. Don't be nobody's scapegoat. What you see is what it is. Speak it out and let them know. Thank you.
Thanks for that, my brother. Thanks for that. Thanks for coming through on that note.
Well,
Thanks for sharing.
that's a leader. I heard him describing a person that made an impact on his life.
Correct,
Someone
correct.
that's you're not gonna come in as an office assistant and leave as an
Yeah,
office assistant. And I have to say that that's leadership. There's a
yeah,
difference between being a boss and being a leader. And if
yeah,
a lot of people think that they can go in at the capacity of leadership in that seat and actually just pass instructions and they do this, do that. That's
yeah,
not
yeah.
leadership. Leaders stand up, they lead by
You know,
examples, and they
Trita,
encourage and empower persons to do
let me
better
tell
for
you this.
themselves.
You don't know the impact
Hmm.
you can have and how sometimes that comes full circle because I think I've told you before, maybe even on the air here. A couple of years ago, a mother called me. I was a law student then, and I was very, very strong on having our own law school here. It was something I was championing very publicly that we should have our own law school because so many of our students don't always get to go on to UE and the other places and complete. Um, and could be a useful feature here. And she called me, the mother, and she said, "My daughter, she would have been about third form then. She wants to do law." And we were having a seminar on legal education in Guyana and the Caribbean. This being spearheaded by the law students, which I was a part then. I said, "Bring her, bring her." And after we would have had this seminar today, the mother introduced me to her daughter and so on. I've always kept in touch with her, right? And I said, if you want to do law, go for it. And I was encouraging the mother, let her go ahead and do it. And believe it or not, you all know I'm before the courts right now. I had a hearing just this week. I think it was on Monday or Tuesday.
Okay.
Case is going great. Going back to court on the 10th of May again.
Mm.
And I have the distinction of having Hughes, Fields, and Stobie law firm represent me in this matter. And quite a few lawyers are on my legal team. That young woman is one of them.
Wow, wow, awesome.
That young woman,
Well, I have to say at this
Ayana
point,
Butts.
well, what I
It's one
can
of
add
them.
at this point is that for those of you who don't know, like I look up to Nigel Hughes a whole lot as a leader, a distinguished leader in Guyana, and Nigel Hughes is one of those persons who is not the boss; he's a leader, and I know that he has been doing a lot of empowerment of
Yeah.
persons, and
Yes, that's
he
the
would
gentleman.
go, yep, he would actually go out there and see hardworking persons that are just coming up in law, and he would see the
Yeah.
potential in those
Mentor and
persons
to,
and
yeah,
mentor them
yeah,
into be. I know that I believe
yeah.
it is one of the guys that works there, one of the lawyers, I think Ronald Daniels,
Mhm.
often refers to Nigel Hughes as his mentor and says how he has impacted on
Yeah.
his professional life also. And this is what we need. We need more persons like that
Yeah.
being a part of that system. And
There's a,
you would not believe the impact you have made on that person's
yeah.
life. It is most amazing
There's a
for
maxim
it
that
to
says
come full circle, like you said.
there's a maxim that says be ready to learn and ready to teach.
Yes.
Right?
And I always say that, you have teachers, as a teacher, persons go out there and they impact the future every single day of their
Yeah,
lives,
yeah.
So teachers out there crafting, molding the world,
Yeah. And
congratulations.
teachers not only in the classroom, you can have so many other settings.
All
You have
over.
teachers be ready to learn and ready to teach.
Good morning, Sharon and Jurita.
Good morning,
Good
ma'am.
morning.
I would like to ask if you could get hold of the traffic persons on the East Coast, because in the mornings when you're trying to come from Georgetown up the East Coast, you have these cars in the wrong lane, in the lane that is coming up, and you have to keep pulling over, and it's absolutely unacceptable. Before they had that East Coast road between 7 and 9, a one way. Maybe they can go back to that
Yeah.
if they have not got enough
Yeah.
traffic police to patrol the thing. Or are they waiting for somebody to die on the road before they say, oh, shucks, man, how this thing happened?
Hmm.
This morning between Pleasance and Betterfor Acton, they had at least 6 vehicles in the wrong lane,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you have to stop, pull over on the non-existent
Yeah.
reserves
Yeah.
of the road because people are occupying them with their dog food and their car washes and God knows what other kind of business. Please intercede for us older people. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I saw some gymnastics on that very road this morning, right?
Wow.
You know, I big, so I pull in the corner and then the young ones pass. Right.
Yeah.
I saw some gymnastics. This my sister is very accurate with that. Thank you for that contribution. Thank you so much for that contribution. A lot of gymnastics on that road. I think this is going to be our final one, our final contribution.
Good afternoon, Sheridan listeners.
Good afternoon.
I see Jaggy Boy is doing some damage and coming true to form in terms of lies,
Mhm.
you know, and it's a slapping guy in his face for Jaggy to be talking that kind of nonsense about the national insurance scheme. Um, Anybody with sense would know that that does not make sense. The contribution of 7,000 workers, as he claimed, cannot dent the national insurance scheme. What I'm happy about is that there was a clapback last night from both Mr. Ramchitan and Ms. Walter Lawrence. I'm happy about that because, this man can't be going on about the place, running around like a headless chicken, because that's what I think. You running around like a headless chicken. And he ain't making sense. Everybody know Jack Deere is a damn liar. He's a liar, and trying to blame the coalition does not make sense. Now, the national insurance scheme is what people depend on for their pensions when they retire from work. It's a total disgrace and disrespect for our senior citizens who would have worked all of their lives. And then now you want to tell them nonsense about the national insurance scheme ain't got no money? You should study all of that. The implications of messing with the people's money, which is what they do all the time, mess with the people's money. And now you want to tell lies? Disrespect, real disrespect for our senior citizens. The second thing is I see debt all the time for our females. Again, I'm asking the question, what, or I should say, where are the female groups? What is being done by all these female ministers in government? I cannot speak about the opposition females because they do speak out. But like these women lost in a trance or something, every day, every Jesus day, it seems like though there's just a spell of death in Guyana. If it's not an accident, is a woman has died, is somebody killed somebody. What is going on in my beloved country? I really don't understand it.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks so much for that contribution. Thanks so much. I just want to make sure we've captured all of them. I think we may have missed one, but it keeps saying it's loading all the time. So if you've missed yours, maybe this is the one. One says it's loading all the time. I really want to play all of them. And I always say, folks, you don't have to agree with us. If you have a country review and something, we want to hear from you as well, right? You don't have to always. Let me see if we heard this one.
Good afternoon, Sherrod and Jerita. You know what is sad
Yes,
is
listen.
that this.
Yeah, yeah, we heard that one. Yeah, maybe it's this one. Because it keeps saying it's loading all the time. And apologies if you didn't hear this. It's an overseas number too. So apologies again. It just has loading all the time.
I think we will be you will
Yeah.
be able to capture it during
Yeah.
podcast tomorrow if
Yeah.
we can
But
get
thanks, guys, for joining our open mic. Our shares looking tin, guys. So ensure that you share the live stream, smash the emoji button, and partner with us as well. You're on the available via Zelle, via um, PayPal, via Cash App, MMG, local Cash App, Guyanese style. And we're available as well via Western Union, MoneyGram, so we can do these programs more and more, professionalize them even more. You know, we out here, people, we out here. Thanks for joining us. That's going to do it from our end. The last voice note still says loading. Apologies there, guys. We really want to bring
Yes.
all of them to you.
Yeah, but
Apologies there.
before you go,
Share,
Chef,
share, share.
I have to tell you that a colleague of mine says that and she's overseas. She says her boyfriend has been listening to the program, and now he is at his workplace. He is American, has no traces to Guyana besides her, and now he's in his workplace calling people jacobats every time. Every time they upset.
Jacobin's gone international people. Why y'all know that?
She's like, and she's asking him, "Do you even know what it means?"
Jacobin's gone international. Jacobin's gone international, guys. We're international. Smash that emoji button for us. Share, share, share the live stream, and partner with us as well. We're going to see you guys right back here at 8 for In the Ring. Been a privilege having you this last hour and a change. This last hour and change. And it's been my privilege having you here in studio with us as well.
Of course, it's always a privilege for me to be here interacting with folks out there. You make my day. You make my day
Yes.
better. I had
We
missed
got the
you when I
best
wasn't
viewers,
here.
best
We do,
best
we
supporters,
do, we
best
do.
listeners ever.
I would
Love
love to have the
Yeah.
opportunity to, put all of these folks together in one room, in one building, and see what it looks like.
Yes.
Well, that's too many people to put
Yes.
in one
We can
room,
take him
in one
especially-
building, in one
Yeah,
building.
and my sister who called at the end, she's gonna be the MC for the occasion.
Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
she's
Sounds
very
like the Queen's sister, Princess Margaret.
token care. Dot your eyes,
Cross your
your
T's, please
T's.
and thank you.
I'm here thinking like, oh my god, I need to get my
We got up
speech
again.
together.
Up again. We got up again.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That's our time here, folks. Have a great rest of the afternoon. See you guys back here at 8.
Yeah, thank you so
Yeah,
much
yeah.
to
We can be out
everyone that
here.
came through and send your voice note. Always appreciated.
Yeah.
And see you at 8 in the ring where
Have
the
a great
punches
afternoon.
will be thrown.
Yep. I said now. Thanks for joining us, guys. That's our time. Stay safe.